What if all you needed was a remote control to manipulate time? Meet Michael, a guy who one morning is assisting his children, Ben and Samantha, and turning on the television, but he is unable to locate the correct remote control. Theo Doyle's has an expensive universal remote control. Ben replies, yeah, that's good for them. Michael leaves for work, but not before being harassed by Kevin O'Doyle every day. Bose Your Father's Radio Blasts is my dad's new sound system. It's too horrible at work. We met his eccentric secretary, Alice. Can I go pee? She bottles. Prince Habibi and his henchmen are examining Michael's architectural plans as he leaves for a meeting with his boss, John. It appears that neither John nor Michael can come up with a suitable name, but Prince Habubu dislikes the fountain and prefers a spacious area for dancing ladies. John makes the necessary changes, and then he has a Japanese deal for Michael. He needs to start working on it right away. However, I have a camping trip coming up, so they can't wait, Michael. Michael chooses work over family, even waiting for their fish to cook. Oh, and we're going to meet Prince Habit for drinks in a little while. My son has to swim, but that's just a joke. We cut to Michael, arriving late to bed swimming. Luckily, he arrives just in time to greet his son, who isn't his son as far as you know. The boy's irate parents watch. Okay, there's my son. They know he was late. So Bill Ben's swimming coach arrives, and he gives Ben the what kind of paternal care Michael Law should be providing. Sadly, he's too busy answering a call. After a few hours, Michael is still on the phone, and it's evident that his kid is beginning to emulate some of his negative behaviors. Thankfully, Michael's father compensates for his absence by doing a magic trick for the children. Sometimes when I'm very hungry, I eat this here for a quarter. Am I right? Later that night back at home, Michael reveals the news to his sexy wife, Donna. An argument ensues with Michael saying, "In me, damn, he's even talking like his dad, that no matter what he does, he's disappointing someone." Donna counters, "Well, you better make sure you're not disappointing the wrong people." Okay, let me watch TV, goddammit. I need a universal remote. Like the dumb old Doyles, Michael storms off to his car and then stuffs his face with Twinkies while looking for a store. Everything is closed except for Bed Bath & Beyond. He enters the store, navigates past the different sections, and finds himself in a long, dim hallway. At the end, there's a crazy scientist named Morty Universal Remote. He points him in the direction of a door and says, "I have just the thing for you." We see that the door is marked Way Beyond, and inside is a huge warehouse. The two of them head for the newer items, and Morty opens a huge box that contains the remote Michael has been lusting for. He says it isn't even in the system yet, so he'll give it to him for free. "Catch, you want me to remove my shirt or something? Get out of here," Morty says, brushing aside his worries. Good guys just need a break sometimes. Okay, so when Michael gets home, he seems to be getting sick, so this should help. He then grabs a Twinkie and uses his fancy new remote control to watch TV. But his wife soon comes down to ask him if he will have time for us after he gets this big promotion he's fighting for, or if things will just be the same. Michael stops the television with his remote, but unintentionally stops time since Dawn remains still. Unbeknownst to him, Michael explains that once he reaches the top, he will simply hire dummies to do his work, just like his boss does with him. He then imposes time, and Donna tells him to reconsider before leaving. After that, Michael gets to work. But his dog, Sundance, is acting out in a fit of rage. He tries to turn down the volume on the remote control, and to his surprise, it works. I believe the cough syrup is starting to work. He takes Sundance outside to relieve himself, once more showing off his dribbling skills. This time, it's a nice robot dog that costs more than your car. When Michael visits Morty, he admits that he is aware of what is happening. Okay, you got me. I'm on a prank television show. Have your laughs. That's probably the last thing I would do. But Morty quickly corrects me. "Michael, this is genuine. Just press the menu button." It turns out that he can use his senses to go through his memories. We go back to a day when Michael went camping with. We see his child self inviting the other kids over for dinner, but they all go with another kid whose family has a fancy RV. Michael eats with his family, and his dad shows him the quarter trick for the first time, even though he knew right away that it was a trick coin for his dad's benefit. Okay, let's wrap this up. "The two of us leave the menu and my glass," adds Morty. "You know who I am, don't you?" Morty gives him the business card, and we switch to John as Michael leaves, and I'm not sure what's going on, but when he drops by, he finds out that John has another major assignment for him. If he can pull this off, then it's Audi partner. Oh no, there's horrible news on the intercom. John's girlfriend checked herself into a treatment facility, so it appears that he will be traveling alone to the Hamptons this weekend. However, Michael has the answer. "Oh, I have the gal for you. Her name is Janine, and let's just say she'll eat you right up." Suddenly, Alice enters with a crucial investigation. Well, go to the bathroom. When Michael gets home, he discovers Ben playing catch with the extremely rude Kevin. "Let's just stop time and move your hand down." When Michael gets inside his house, he discovers that his parents are not on the phone with him. They want to come over for dinner, but he tells her that he's too busy. "How am I going to get all this work done if only I could?" she asks. Michael skips the dinner, and we find Ben stuffing his face before Sundance stuffing the duck, which is his signature look of superiority. Michael continues to skip until he's working downstairs. Donna then shows him the aftermath of Sundance's outburst and asks if he could watch the kids while I clean up. Since I'm busy, an argument breaks out, and Michael immediately looks for the easy way out. "Oh, I just skipped an entire argument." He checks up on her and finds her in an apologetic mood. They make up, but only for Michael. Donna suggests that he gave her a massage to cheer her up, but he's incredibly lazy after that 3-minute workout. Donna is left feeling unsatisfied, so a worried Michael leaves and calls Morty late at night to ask how she got here so quickly. You don't want to hear the pair chat outside about the remote's fast-forwarding capabilities. They complete their stroll, and when the sniffles strike, Michael clears his nose and realizes that his body is on autopilot and that he's not exactly the life of the party. Morty explains this. Hey, I can miss this. He wakes up later and finds his sinuses as clean as ever. Whoa, I just skipped a whole weekend of work to get ready for work. Now that I'm dressed, bathed, and feeling fantastic, I'm chilling, Daddy. Considering all the traffic, Michael's next step is to press the slow-mo really quickly. He says, hey, my guys, next up, let's see if we can work on our town real quick. Wait, no, that's screen. Michael is driving to work when he runs across a really entertaining, buoyant singing man. All right, there we have it. Michael enters and talks to John. Did you finish? I suppose so. Oh, all right, look at that. I even placed a river in the lobby. Well done, me. Later that night, we find John and Michael meeting with the Japanese property managers. They excuse themselves after John makes a mistaken statement that he wants to talk to Michael about workplace harassment, of which he admits he is quite guilty. Michael then plays around with the different settings, making John a heckin' wide boy consume their national heroes. Oh my, I honestly assumed that Ichiro and Matua were menu items. Then Michael Eve interrupts the chat and switches the language to English, using the remote. These foolish Americans with their moronic ideas are only interested in making as much money as possible. Let's leave and take in America's greatest cultural triumph. All right, they walk back to the table, and Michael agrees with them. He scraps his ideas and declares, now that I know you guys, I know what you want. Let's build more rooms, maximize profits, and then hit up the TGI Fridays. John watches in complete shock, but that's what I'm talking about. With that, they finalize the deal, and in the present, the following day, he returns to work and learns the terrible news that he is not yet his partner. John says he will get it after completing all the arrangements for the deal, but to say the least, Michael does not handle it well. He pauses, and then, wow, I had a terrible headache late at night, and while the storm is going on, Michael meets with Morty. He thinks about using the remote to fast forward to when he finally gets the promotion. We're talking about a few months here, so why doesn't Morty counter with the Lucky Charms leprechaun? He spends all day chasing that pot of gold, but when he finally gets it, it's just cornflakes. The point doesn't really resonate with Michael, so you can imagine what happens next. And now the promotion. Oh my God. It appears that Dawn and Janine are dating. I wonder how long that will last. Michael congratulates them, but he secretly wonders how long John has left before Janine plays with his brother. John reveals that time has already passed. They have overcome that small setback. They have been together for a year? Wait a year. Because it took you a full year to promote me. Michael leaves, wondering what else he missed, and suddenly his assistant, Kristen, enters. Who are you, and where's Alice? She goes by Alan, don't you remember? No. A while later, we find Michael at couples therapy with Donna. He attempts to explain that he was operating on autopilot, and as a fight breaks out, the remote controls abruptly stop working. Fast forward to him at home, eating dinner with his children, and he remarks on how much he has missed them. When Michael sees a new puppy and tells Donna what happened to Sundance, he starts crying. She assumes he has been holding it within for a long time. You guys want to watch Dragon Tales and I want to watch CSI? Well, they've definitely grown up. Later that night, after letting it finally hit him, a distraught Michael calls Morty. After calming down, Morty explains that the remote has changed to suit his tastes. Fast forwarding to his previously recorded behavior, Michael tries to throw the remote away, but it always ends up back in his hands. The next morning, Michael makes an effort to avoid missing any time by refraining from any activity that may cause the remote to go off, such taking a shower, getting dressed, and driving. The first day after you make a partner, you're dressed like that. So sure, who cares who has the nicer suit? He ends up riding his bike to work, where he meets John, who is somewhat upset about his outfit choice. You're so focused on your job, and I adore it. So let's just concentrate on that. Transformative John continues by saying that he wants to retire to Morocco with Janine, and that he wants Michael to take over. But wait, no. And then thermal kicks in, bringing him 10 more years into the future. Finds himself blown up to the size of a whale when he wakes up. He has the remote control drive him home, where he discovers that his son Ben has grown up completely. Michael remarks on how big he is, and the bed storms out, accusing his father. When Samantha comes downstairs, she is also grown up. Before Bill pulls up and smooches Xana, Michael sees her. He's shaken in his wrath and reaches out to grab Bill, but Donna breaks it up by yelling at him. The remote starts to beep, but Michael stops before he can skip Morty. Claims that although it's not too late to make a difference, Michael did this to himself. This motivates him to put down no, but not before unplugging time. However, 6 years later, he awakens in a hospital bed with Donna at his side. It appears that the remote missed all of it. As Michael leaves the bed to discover all of his dreams have been realized, oh, there's Ben. He works at Michael's firm and is slender. When he was questioned how he got lost, Ben revealed that he works out with Bill 3 times a week. Oh, right. Michael offers a family gathering, to which we could even invite your grandparents. Ben's face becomes solemn as he sits his father down and gives him a drink of water before telling him that Grandpa has died. Dad Michael starts crying, and Ben consoles him before he departs to go to his father's cemetery. Frantically tries to return to his last moments, but Morty shows up and tells him that he can't, because he missed it. Instead, Michael returns to the last time he saw his father, where we see him in his office ignoring Ben before his dad enters and offers a night out with the boys, Ben and Michael, even though Michael is all work and no play. Oh, come on, son. I'll show you how the stupid coin trick works if you hang out with us, Dad. Now get out, I'm working. Present day, Michael watches in disgust at his father's behavior as he leaves, holding back his tears, and returns to the graveyard, where Morty reveals his true form, that of an angel of death. Michael rushes after him, but he soon learns he can't compete with the supernatural being, and he cowers in terror, pleading with the remote to take him somewhere nice. Sometime in the future, we find ourselves at a wedding where Michael is asked to speak, and we see Ben with his fiancée. His father has passed away, but Elise's mother is still. They converse, and she berates Michael for letting Donna leave, saying that even after all these years, she is still as gorgeous as fate would have it. Don and Michael dance as their song plays in remembrance of the good old days. Before Michael noticed Samantha and boy, she's grown up. What will happen next, everlasting seals? With those words, Michael's fate erases you, Dad. After having a heart attack, Michael passes out and wakes up a few hours later. Ben and Samantha are watching him, and Ben says he has a leave of absence. Michael attempts to talk him out of it, but Ben tells him that his girl realizes that work is more essential than anything else. Much to his dismay. Oh, you got the honeymoon, huh? No, Dad, actually. I had to postpone that. I gotta do some damage control for the business, Michael replies shortly after. Ben leaves because he doesn't want his son to make the same errors. After tearing off everything that is tied to him, Michael sneaks out of bed. Morty then shows him and informs him that those devices were keeping him alive. I must speak with my boy. In his last moments, Michael reminds Ben that family is everything and sends his best wishes to Bill. Wait, that's better. But he doesn't give him any of the note he wrote years earlier, which reads, "Will you still love me?" As he stumbles out of the hospital, where his kid's almost dead, and he runs after them in the pouring rain before collapsing. In the morning, she says, "Forever and ever, baby, yes," I cried, with tears streaming down her cheek. Michael fades, with his devoted family at his side, into the eternal night. Just kidding. One of the employees rudely wakes Michael up in the Bed Bath & Beyond. You're not supposed to sleep on the beds, you know? Before we return to his house, Michael cheers up his entire family and then pretends to work while his irate wife descends. Don't you see that I'm busy, don't you? I have to keep coming up with ideas for all of our activities on the camping trip. Morty tests Michael one last time, leaving the remote on his kitchen counter and throwing it in the trash.